Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football post-game show. I'm sorry to get to do it last night after the game. I just didn't have time to do it, and it was late. So we'll do it right now. I'll recap it today. The Chargers hand the Las Vegas Raiders their first loss of the season as they beat the Las Vegas Raiders 28-14 tonight at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. They brought a sense of what they need to do to win games, and they did just that tonight, like they did when they beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium in Week 3 last week. Justin Herbert, 2 back-to-back touchdown passes in the first half and 2 touchdowns in the second half. The Chargers just dominated this game from the get-go, and they never looked back. A lot of the media say that the Chargers are the team to beat in the AFC West. As for the Raiders, this was their worst offensive and defensive performance yet. They did not do anything right in this game tonight, and they did not do what they did in their first 3 games. They won. The Raiders had 2 touchdowns in tonight's game, but had too big a hole to try to climb out of to win this one. So that's why they did go. I tip my hat to the Chargers, and they get to win in this one. I'm going to recap this game for you right now. First quarter, Justin Herbert's pass short middle to Parham for a 4-yard touchdown. Vincenzo's extra point is good. It was 7-0 Chargers. Then the Raiders had to go 3 and out after 3 plays and 3 yards. And then the Chargers had to go 3 and out after 3 plays and 3 yards. And then another 3 and out. And that was the Raiders after 3 plays and minus 8 yards. And then the Chargers had a turnover on downs. And it was long pass incomplete, short left to I think it was Terrence Campbell, and so that was and that one's Raiders got the ball back and went 3 and out and had to punt, and it was 7-0 Chargers at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, Chargers went 3 and out and had to punt after 3 yards and after 3 plays and 8 yards. Then the Raiders went 3 and out and had to punt. Actually had a turnover on downs, excuse me, and it was at 4th and 3rd at the Chargers 37. Derek Carr's pass short right to Jacobs at the LA Chargers 37 for no gain, and that's why that turnover on downs happened. So, and then Chargers went 3 and out and had to punt again after 3 plays and 7 yards, and then the Raiders went 3 and out and they had to punt again after 6 plays and 18 yards, and then the Chargers scored their second touchdown of the game. Justin Herbert's pass short right to Jared Cook. I think it's Jared Cook or something like that. For a 10-yard touchdown. Vizcaino's extra point is good. It was 14-0 Chargers. And then the Raiders went 3 and out and had to punt again after 3 plays and 9 yards, and then Justin Herbert's pass short right to Elliker for a I think it was AJ Elliker for a 14-yard touchdown, and Vizcaino's extra point is good, and it was 21-0 at at the end of the first half, and the Raiders were at 2nd and 15 at the first half ended, and at the Las Vegas 27 for 2 yards, and that was the end of the first half. In the third, and that's when that 21-0 touchdown came in the third quarter. Actually, and in the third, we'll go to the third quarter. The Raiders, they had Derek Carr's pass short right to Renfro for a 10-yard touchdown. Carlson's extra point is good. It was 21-7. Chargers third quarter. The Chargers had the punt after 9 plays and after going 3 and out after 9 plays and 19 yards, and then the Raiders scored their second touchdown of the game in the third quarter. Derek Carr's pass short right to I think it was Waller. Darren Waller for the 3-yard touchdown, or Damian Waller. And Carlson's extra point is good. It was 21-14 Chargers. And then Chargers had to go 3 and out at the punt after 9 plays and 37 yards, and it was 21-14 at the end of the third quarter. In the fourth, the Raiders missed had tried to score a touchdown, but they couldn't. They got into field goal range, and Carlson's 52-yard field goal attempt was no good. It went wide left, and then the Chargers scored their fourth touchdown of the game. A.J. Elliker, left guard, for an 11-yard touchdown. Vizcaino's extra point is good. It was 28-14. The Raiders had an interception, and it was at 2nd and 9 at the Las Vegas 47. Derek Carr passed deep left, intended for Waller, intercepted by I think it was Derek James at the Los Angeles Chargers 29, and it was at the LA 44 for 15 yards. So, and then the Chargers got the ball back, and they had to punt after 4. They went 3 and out. They had to punt after 4 plays and 20 yards, and then the Raiders had a turnover on downs, and it was at 4th and 7. Derek Carr's pass incomplete, short right to Ruggs, and then the Chargers get the ball back. All the passes, and then they had a 1st and 10. Justin Herbert kneels, and and a 2nd and 11. All they had to do was just take it. They kneeled twice, and nonetheless, the LA Chargers, they win this one by the final of 28-14. Now it's time to give out the game balls for this game. Justin Herbert, 25 of 38 carries and attempts, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Austin Elliker, excuse me, it was Austin Elliker that made those plays. I'm sorry. Austin Elliker, 15 attempts, 117 yards, 1 touchdown. And Jared Cook, 6 receptions, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. And Josh Jacobs, that was Josh Jacobs that made those plays for the Raiders. And Darren Waller, excuse me, not Derek Waller, Darren Waller. So, but yeah, this was quite a game. And the Chargers are now 3-1 in the season, and the Raiders fall to 3-1. And there's only one unbeaten team left, and that is the Arizona Cardinals. So, and I took the Chargers and won. My brother-in-law took the Raiders and lost on that one. So we ended up in a tie at 10-6 on our picks of the week. So my brother-in-law Eric Coyle is 2-0-2, and I'm 0-2-2. So, and we do have for week 5, we're going to have some great football action coming up. And to kick off week 5, we have the Thursday night game between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, and that's in Seattle. The New York Jets will travel to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. The Philadelphia Eagles will travel to Carolina to Bank of America Stadium to take on the Carolina Panthers. The Green Bay Packers will travel to Paul Brown Stadium to take on the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincy. The New England Patriots will travel to NRG Stadium to take on the Houston Texans. The Tennessee Titans will travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Detroit Lions will travel to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. The Denver Broncos will travel to Pittsburgh to Steel City to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Miami Dolphins will take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. The Washington Football Team will the New Orleans Saints, will travel to Washington to take on the Washington Football Team. The Chicago Bears will travel to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Browns will travel to LA to take on the LA Chargers, who, as you know, just won last night. And we'll see if the Browns can go to 4-1 and get the win. Hopefully, Baker Mayfield will step it up because he did not like his performance in this past game. And hopefully Mayfield will step it up because he needs to do that. The San Francisco 49ers will travel to Arizona to take on the unbeaten Arizona Cardinals. And the New York Giants will travel to AT&T Stadium in Big D, Dallas, Texas, to take on the Dallas Cowboys. The Sunday night game, the Buffalo Bills travel to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And Monday Night Football, the Indianapolis Colts travel to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. That's Week 5 coming up, so we'll see what happens in Week 5. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football postgame show. I'll be back with the Thursday Night Football pregame show before the game on Thursday between the Rams and Seahawks, and the postgame show after it has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.